this edition of RPPV News. Police search for a good Samaritan, Reg's Wedge is back in the news, and our young artists are on the road to recovery. Hello, I'm Catie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPPV News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. The ripples of the current Delta strain outbreak are being felt in Victoria once more as we're plunged into another snap 7-day lockdown following 2 mystery cases. Once again, schools are closed and there are only 5 reasons to leave home. The Premier emphasised that these reasons do not include visiting other people's homes, as this seems to be a primary way the virus is being spread. It is estimated that it will only be when 80% of the population is vaccinated that lockdowns will cease, so if you can, please get vaccinated. To help this happen sooner, a new community vaccination hub has opened at Bayside Shopping Centre. Operating out of the old Toys R Us site next to Rebel Sports, the hub has a team of more than 100 workers, delivering up to 1,200 vaccinations a day. Bookings can be made through the Department of Health website and hotline. And to sweeten the deal even further, parking at the Bayside Centre is free for people receiving vaccinations. Detectives are searching for a good Samaritan who stepped in to help a young woman during an alleged kidnapping in Frankston this week. On Tuesday the 3rd at 7:30 a.m, a man allegedly attempted to kidnap a teenage girl at a bus stop in Ashley Avenue, Frankston. This was followed by an incident in Carrum Downs at about 2 p.m. on the same day, where a firearm was used to allegedly threaten 2 motorists in a car. Detectives have arrested a 20-year-old Carrum Downs man in relation to the incidents and have charged him with a string of offences, including attempted kidnapping, attempted child stealing, unlawful assault and theft of a motor vehicle. Detectives are appealing for the Good Samaritan, a man driving a blue sedan who helped prevent the kidnapping, to come forward. Anyone who may have witnessed either incident, along with anyone who has dashcam footage, is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. It is only a month since VCAT rejected Ryman Healthcare's planning permit to build a retirement village in what is known locally as Reg's Wedge. However, the company is not letting the grass grow beneath its feet. This week, Ryman lodged an appeal with the Supreme Court and submitted new plans to the council. Planned for an 8.9-acre site in Kunyong Road on the former estate of Sir Reg Ansett, the original proposal was for 8 4-storey buildings, 3 3-storey buildings and nearly 300 apartments. The site is outside the urban growth boundary on land intended as part of the Green Wedge, but within a special use zone. In a press release, Ryman claimed VCAT supported the proposed use of the land and saw the clear community benefit of the proposal. They claimed the revised plans are in line with recommendations made by VCAT, which was to reduce the size of the proposal by about 50%. Ryman's development manager David Lang said Ryman has appealed to the Supreme Court to review how a point of planning law was interpreted by VCAT, but that this will have no bearing on how the new permit application will be considered. Local action group Save Reg's Wedge, who have been instrumental in raising awareness of the scheme and oppose the plan at VCAT, expressed surprise at the speed with which the new plans have been submitted, but otherwise are reserving judgment until those plans become public. The number of homeless men, women and children is growing, and COVID-19 has further impacted the vulnerability of those sleeping rough. Frankston City Council and Mornington Peninsula Shire are 2 of 13 municipalities uniting to address homelessness on southeast Victoria. This week, which was Homelessness Week, they launched a best practice guide which encourages a whole-of-council approach to homelessness based on human rights, including everyone's right to a safe and affordable home while protecting public places and spaces. Shire CEO John Baker called homelessness a growing issue on our peninsula and welcomed the recent $5.3 billion Victorian government investment in social housing, adding everyone has a right to safe housing. Research has found that councils are well placed to address homelessness as bylaws officers, park staff and contractors often interact with people sleeping rough on public land and facilities. Local businesses and residents are also more likely to contact council's customer service staff to report people experiencing homelessness. A new art exhibition is telling the stories of young people living through the pandemic. Titled Road to Recovery, 19 locals aged 10 to 25 have created art to illustrate how their lives have been affected by COVID-19 through painting, sculpture, stories, drawing, poetry, photography and digital art. Applications were open for young people who live on the Mornington Peninsula to share their artistic passion with the community. To comply with the current restriction levels and reach as many people as possible, the exhibition has moved online. You can see it at mornpen.vic.gov.au/R2R. And if you're looking for ways to stay entertained and informed during this lockdown, look no further than RPPFM. What started out as a lockdown show has evolved into the daily Peninsula Talks. From Monday to Friday at 11 a.m, we chat to local people and businesses about life in Frankston and on the Peninsula, combined with great tunes. All our brekkie and drive time crews will be carrying on through lockdown, bringing you fun, chat and the Peninsula sound. Pete Smedley delivered a special lockdown show on Saturday night, which was almost wall-to-wall requests from our listeners. You can also pop over to RPPV for classic movies and other video content. Stay connected to your community by tuning in to 98.3 in Frankston and 98.7 on the Peninsula. And after the break, we go to Patricia with the coming week's weather report.
There's a quiet revolution happening on the rooftops of Australia. And at Solar Heart, we're proud to be leading the charge. One home, one family, one solar panel at a time, helping smart Aussies make a real difference to the planet, cutting their energy bills and connecting them to their smart energy future. Get smart, get Solar Heart.
RPPFM and Bendigo Bank have a long-standing relationship. Without Bendigo Bank, we wouldn't have a transmitter site, we wouldn't have a studio, we wouldn't have an outside broadcast van, and without them, we can't tell the stories that we think the Bendigo Bank community, our community, needs to hear.
Thanks, Bendigo Bank.
Thanks for your support.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Hello, I'm Patricia and welcome to this week's Mornington Peninsula 7-day weather forecast. This week we are walking within our 5-kilometer zone and visiting Guanamata. Guanamata Beach is a 13-kilometer ocean-exposed beach with a massive rip, strong currents, and it is a surf zone. It is on the rear side of the Mornington Peninsula beaches and part of a 30-kilometer coastline that stretches from Cape Schanck to Point Nepean. Guanamata is an Aboriginal word meaning sandy hills. And following Truman's Road through the sandy hills or dunes, you will find 2 large car parks, both allowing access to the beach. And at the far end, the Surf Life Saving Club, founded in 1966. Moving to this week's weather, today, Saturday the 7th of August, saw a mostly overcast day with some light showers. We reached a high of 14 and a low of 6. Sunday brings another cloudy day with a chance of light showers. Expect a low of 7 and a high of 14. Monday allows us to see a bit more of the sun with a partly cloudy day. We are looking at a high of 15 and a low of 8. Tuesday the 10th of August continues the trend with a 20% chance of rain. We should see a low of 9 and a high of 17. Wednesday sees the showers returning with a 90% chance of rain across the peninsula. Expect a low of 13 and a high of 16. Thursday should be partly cloudy with a 60% chance of rain. We should feel a high of 15 and a low of 8. And finally, Friday brings us a shower or two with a top of 14 and a low of 9. Guanamata is a very hazardous beach with an average of 100 rescues a year, second only to the Portsea Back Beach. If you do want to swim, it's best to stay between the flags and away from the rips, rocks and reefs. If you like to surf, Guanamata Beach is considered the best beach on the peninsula for experienced surfers to surf at. It is also a popular place for fishing. Guanamata Beach is a great place for photography too. When you can, come and have a look, walk along the golden sands, watch some surfers and relax. Well, that's all for now. Until next time, take good care.
And now to our surf guru, Muzz, with the Surf Report.
Morning guys, it's Muzz back here with this week's Mornington Peninsula Surf Report. This past week we've had reasonable waves. Pretty much every day has been in Western Port, although there has been a couple of guys having a crack at decent beach breaks. Pretty solid, not great conditions, but they've been getting in there. This week, pretty much along the same lines. The swell is sort of still hanging in there at Western Port as predicted. It is going to arc up quite a lot on Saturday, and the wind should be pretty favourable, west-northwest. Into Sunday, the swell will start to back off and the wind should turn a bit more to that south-southwest, which won't be good in the afternoon. But with the high tide sort of late morning, there could be good waves Sunday as well. Before the wind turns, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday next week, the swell is going to sort of just fade out, but not massively so. The wind is going to swing back around to the north, maybe northwest, but looks more like north at the moment, so that's not bad. So there'll probably be some solid beaches and waves at Flinders and maybe small ones in Western Port, so you will get in the water. It's been pretty good, so you should be able to surf pretty much most days. So enjoy guys, and I'll see you next week.
And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Stay safe, use the QR codes and get vaccinated if you can. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Catie Sharp. See you for the next edition.